Servant leadership, creating a circle of safety for the team inside your project. The moment the project starts, an entire army of forces exert a lot of pressure upon the project environment. According to the laws of physics, a force is getting stronger based on two triggers: if the dimensions of the source exerting the force get bigger, or if the acceleration with which the force is applied increases. For the project environment, these forces grow using both triggers. However, the most important and the most sensitive element of the environment is the project team, which consequently becomes the most affected by the above mentioned pressure. At this point, they need protection. They need to know that they're safe and that somebody is making sure of that. And that somebody should be their leader, the project manager. So a lot of more about this is going to be delivered in our opening presentation of this day two by Catalin Teodor Dogaru, and he's joining us today. Great professional with extensive experience. He's holding a MBA and PhD in PMP, and he's a trainer, consultant, and managing partner at It's a Topic. He's an enthusiast of project process and program management, promoting servant leadership in both professional and personal life. So I believe that we are all ready to hear everything that he has to share with us. And I'm once again, although being announced as a lovely and charming moderator, I'm once again urging all of the presenters to really stick to the time slots in order to finish as we planned. So Theodore, Catalin, welcome, and please take the floor.
Thank you. First of all, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Excellent. Can you see my screen?
Of course.
Of course. Great, great. What can I say? Thank you for the nice introduction. Thank you for having me. I'm really glad that we have the opportunity to be together, even if it's just online. I'm sure that you heard this yesterday. And I'm sure that you agree with me that we would all prefer to be together in a room and see each other and see the reactions and talk face to face. Unfortunately, these are the times. These times actually will bring a lot of questions also for now and for later on, especially in project management world, when we discuss about teams, about working together, about all the stuff that I heard from our lovely host saying that you discussed yesterday: trust, empathy, and all the ingredients that make a great team work perfectly together. The introduction that she made for me, it was really extensive, and I hope that you will find this presentation as good as I intended to be. Again, this was a presentation meant to be for for a face-to-face discussion, because it's important to see the reaction of the people. It's important to understand what do they feel related to the subject, because servant leadership, it's a sensitive subject. Usually the leadership topics, the leadership subjects are sensitive ones. As our lovely host mentioned, I'm running a company called It's a Topic. The name is not random chosen, because It's a Topic means actually that we have something to discuss. It's a very important topic, and servant leadership is one of them. Creating a circle of safety for your project team, especially since we are project manager, most of us, or at least we are part of the team, and sometimes we need to help the team perform. This circle of safety is very important, considering now the times that we are living. I'm not sure, and I want to confirm with our lovely host, how much time do I have? 45 minutes, 40 minutes until 4 o'clock?
Yes, you have 45 minutes.
45.
Excellent. Great. Good. So I love the name, pause, rewind, play. This is actually, these are actually three directions that are applied usually in project management, and we will see also in the presentation that I'm going to deliver to you. How do we see this? When it's time to pause, actually, when it's time to look back and to do a retrospective, when it's time to play, to act on. During the presentation, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to stop me, or if you don't hear me anymore, or if you don't see the screen, stop me. Yeah. First of all, I would like to start by asking you if you are okay. I don't know if you are, if you can talk, if you can unmute yourself, but I'm wondering, are you okay or not? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we
Okay.
are.
I see that somebody is writing.
What is other? What is other?
Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Oh, Mariana, yes. Okay. Awesome. Excellent. Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? Always the same question. I'm fine. It's always the same line. Because when you usually answer, I'm fine. We're okay. I'm not talking about something like awesome and all the things that we have there. Um, Usually people, sorry, whoop, usually people are answering this just to dismiss the question. How many times did you have somebody asking you at your workplace saying, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But in your mind, actually, the situation was a little bit different. You are thinking about the deadlines that you have. You are thinking about the project. You are thinking about the situation at work, especially with all the risks that are coming on and so on. But not that the environment and the situation was not opened in such a way so that you could actually discuss and offer exactly the answer that you felt that you needed to say. Of course, there are some exceptions, and these exceptions are very important when people are actually saying, "Oh, I'm glad that you asked. I had one situation like this. I'm glad that you asked. Let me tell you." And it was a discussion, and it was a speech for about 2 or 3 minutes from that person when it was not actually very much related to the project we're in, but that person was feeling so free and so secure that he could talk about and tell me a thing that was on his mind. And at the end, he said, "I know that probably you cannot do something about it, but I'm really glad you listened, and I'm really glad that we can talk like that." And this is something that a servant leadership environment will offer us. But before going into that, let's continue related to this part. Well, most of the time I said that there are situations, no, there are many situations when you just say I'm fine, just to name it and just to leave it away, yeah, with that person, so you can move it from that conversation and go back to what you have to prepare for your work. And that's because there are a lot of there is a lot of pressure coming on from to us, towards us, from different areas. And as in the introduction was mentioned already, it's simple physics. Pressure equals force over area. Yeah. So as soon as we have many forces against us, the pressure is increases. As soon as the area is getting smaller, yeah, again the pressure is increasing. How can we translate this into discussing into the project management world? Very simple. When we have a lot of requests coming from a lot of sides, we'll have a lot of pressure upon us as project managers or as team members. As soon as we don't have the team reunite, as soon as we don't have a very strong team that works together, the area that these forces apply on is very small. It's just us. So in that moment, also the pressure is getting higher. How can we decrease this pressure? Of course, by making sure that we distribute the forces, because we cannot stop the customer from saying we need additional stuff. We cannot stop the deadlines. We cannot stop the pressure on the budget. We cannot stop the pressure on the quality or something else in the project. Yeah, we can prepare for that somehow, but we cannot stop them. However, in order to make the pressure feel more easy to sustain, we can actually use the principle of widening the area, and that's creating a very strong team with very strong relations. Yeah, as you know, as I mentioned, and especially in this situation, we had also pre-pandemic situations when there were a lot of deadlines. The project was under very close scrutiny from the company management. The budget is always a discussion and so on, and we have a lot of hammers coming to us. There are two possibilities in dealing with that. First of all, even if you hear people saying you can do so many things, no. Actually, from my point of view, there are two possibilities. On one hand, you can do like this. You know, you can say, okay, I give up. I don't know. That's it. I raise the white flag. Please leave me alone. I'm leaving. I'm moving into the forest. That's one way to do it. The other way is actually to try to find a solution to cope with this. We had discussion. I'm sure you had in the previous days discussion about pushing back, about understanding the requests, about making sure that um, everything that is coming towards you and the team in the project is clearly understood, and you have very clear discussions about the pressure and so on. But um, you need to make sure that you don't reach up to this situation. Even if you are pushing back, even if you put the principles in project management with the planning and so on, there is still a situation, there is still a high probability to reach in this kind of situation. Because from my point of view, the most important part is that we need to feel psychologically safe. If we feel unsafe, no matter how many tools, how many methods we know, how many certifications we have, how many methodologies we apply, will still not be enough. You know? Because in especially, and I'm underlining this once again, especially in this situation, but also in the pre-pandemic situation, the key ingredient in project success, and I learned this the hard way actually, is not to know the tools, is not to know the methodologies. It's very important to know them, but it's not the key ingredient. The key ingredient is the team and the way you lead the team and the way the team is working together. Since you discussed about the agile world, and I saw that you have a lot of presentation regarding the agile, the first um, the first three characteristics for a team in agile world, it's about self-disciplined, self-organized, and of course you will see in the agile servant leadership. Everything relates to the team. As soon as the team has these three characteristics done and they are working great together, all the others are coming to help the team with the tools, as I said, with the planning and so on. But the team cannot be self-organized, cannot be self-disciplined if they feel psychologically unsafe. If you remember the Maslow pyramid, there was and the extension of it, the lower levels of this pyramid related to survival and security. But in the Maslow pyramid, actually, the security was related more to the physical security. If you have the team working in a very dangerous area, like, I don't know, like in a war area or something like this, it was difficult for the team to concentrate, or for the individual. We are not talking about this anymore. Yeah, we are not talking about physical safety, but we are talking about psychological safety. Mm. It's very important to have this, because if this level is not done, you will see individuals that are not engaged. They will not leave, probably. Yeah, they will not say, okay, I should leave this area. They will stay there, but they don't like the job any much, so much. They don't like the manager. They will be there to get the money and um, to participate as much as it's as the job requires it. They will not be proactive. They will not be there in the team. They will not help in creating a relationship, in backing up the others, in helping the whole project. You see here that as soon as the one of the level, and this is the basic principle for the Maslow pyramid, as soon as the lower levels are not fulfilled, it is difficult to go to the upper level. Of course, everyone wants a team that it's engaged, that may be highly engaged, a team that it's a team, an individual from the team that considers that is a vital part of the business, that feels important at work. Also for us as project managers and also team members, we want to feel important at work. We want to make sure that we are stressed, but at the same time we feel that we are doing something important. Yeah? But in order to reach that, we need to fulfill the lower levels, and the one with security is a very important one. Besides the survival one, which of course it's about, you know, about the physical, the money, it's about having enough food and so on and so on. Let's say that this in our project this is already assured in most of the project, and we are not looking at that. But if we don't have this security part, it will be really difficult to actually ask something from that individuals. Does it make sense? Let me stop for 1 minute and ask. Does it make sense?
It definitely does. The others cannot answer out loud,
Sorry.
but they're writing
Okay.
their answers and say yes, yes, yes.
Let me put also the chat here. Okay. Yes, good. Sorry, I didn't. I realize now that you are on mute, but and it's important because we are a lot of people here. What I wanted to make sure that it makes sense. I know that most of the things that I will say here, and I'm not afraid to say it, you already know. Yeah, servant leadership is not something new. All the principles that I will discuss here are all related to the way we live and the way we are. It's not something new. When you hear about the security, of course you say, yes, I should have security. Come on, what is this guy talking about? Go away. No, it's important to realize it once again. It's important to keep it in front of your mind, and at the same time not to consider it implicit. To say yes, I know it's important, but leave it aside, and everybody knows it's important. Yeah, so maybe we don't do anything for it. Let's concentrate on something else. No, let's start with this first. Good. In order to feel this safety part, we need to have the possibility of nurturing, to have the possibility not to nurture like the team, like a bunch of kids, but to be there for them. I was telling you the example which I started the presentation with. That guy that was talking to me, I was just asking him, how are you? And he said that to me, and at the end he said, yes, again I repeat, it's not a problem that you cannot do anything. At least you have heard me, and the environment, the way we talk here, it's easy for us to say this kind of stuff. And this is the kind of environment that can be created using the possibility, using the principles to feel the team feel secure. And that's all about it. And now we can see why did I put the title creating a circle of safety? Because actually when the team is part of this circle and they feel the circle, it will be easier for them to perform and they will feel safe. Yeah. Now the question is, how do we create this circle of safety? Always is saying, yeah, very good, and I hear a lot of guys talking about this, a lot of posts on the internet. Yeah, we need to feel psychologically safe. We need to feel. I brought this concept around 2017 in one of my presentations for PMI, and now at that presentation, I remember specifically it was in a different country than Romania. I'm a Romanian, and somebody there asked, yeah, you are right. You said that this is not new. So why do you bring it? Because it's important for us to understand, to keep it in mind. Okay, so what do you do in order to make it, to create this circle of safety? And I will show you in a minute what I said, what I just said, what I answered to that question. There is no, just spoiler alert, there is no magic recipe again, but there are some things that you need to remember. One of the possibility to create this circle of safety is to find the magic lamp, find the magic genie, and use one of the wishes, yeah, and say, I wish, let it be safety all around us. And that's it. We will create safety all around the world and everybody will be just fine. The problem is that I don't have that magic lamp. I don't know if you have it. If you have it, maybe I can borrow it at least just for one wish. I definitely want a motorcycle, so if you have it, it would be great to share it with me. I will not use that wish for the safety, because for the safety, we can use something else. First of all, some basic principles like others focus. Yeah. So we need to see outside our own person, our own um, mind, yeah, to be focused on the needs of the others, especially where we are when we are in the project management world. When we want to drive projects, when we want to obtain success, we need to be focused on the others. We need to make sure that we serve first, not the tea, not the coffee, but to serve their needs, if there are more. We need to make sure that they understand what is the most, that they are in the center of our attention, in the fact that we are ready for them we are there for them, and we are ready to do the right thing for them. Sometimes, even if, again, this sounds so familiar, do the right thing, of course. What do you expect, to do something bad? No. But imagine one thing. Imagine that you are under pressure in a project. Imagine that you need to deliver by the end of the week, and today is Friday. So by end of today, you need to deliver something. Sometimes you say, okay, let's do this now. Maybe the team is tired. I don't care. Let's do this. It's just one time. But at the next deadline again, and at the next deadline again and again, and sometimes you might forget that this is not the right things to do for the people. And this is normal for the pressure that we live on. No? Sometimes we forget, but if we constantly remind, and if we take the path of this part of leading by serving and being focused on the others and doing the right thing, we can become a servant leader, and this can become a way of living. I'm not here to preach. Yeah, I don't want to offer this servant leadership like a magic solution or something like this. No, there are a lot of styles of leadership. You have adaptive leadership, you have transactional leadership, and you have also servant leadership. Transactional leadership, it's about giving something and receiving something. Adaptive leadership is about looking at the team and understanding what is the best way to lead. Fine, that's okay. Okay. Maybe you like that one. But for some of you, I'm sure that the servant leadership part will be the most appropriate way to lead the team and at the same time to live your life. Because this servant leadership is not just about leading the team, is not just about the profession, it's about the way you are living. Maybe it's the only style of leadership that cannot be excluded from your personal life also. Keep in mind this: when you are a servant leader in your profession, you are also a servant leader at home and with your friends and with anybody else that you meet in your life. Now, servant leader. saying about this a lot. Now, what is that? What is servant leadership? Uh, this is actually a picture from an interview taking from at taking to a taking from a coach from a basketball team. He has a book, and he said that he applied the principle of servant leadership in the team of basket. And the team actually reached from relegation to almost winning the championship. It is their basketball college championship. You know that the Americans have this. And he wrote a book on this. And in the interview, you can find it over the internet. The host asked, "What is this? What is servant leadership? And okay, how can you apply it in a basketball team when it's when we actually know that in sport it's about who is the highest one, especially in basketball, who is training more and so on." No, the most important part is about being on others focused and to play for the team and to do the right thing. Yeah, even if we are talking about trivial things like, should I score now or should I pass to somebody who is closer to that and has a better chance to do it? These are basic principles which for us sometimes seem, as I said, common, but it's not so common when we actually try to analyze them and see that not all the time we are applying them. So what is servant leadership about? Servant leadership is about three main things. You will not find the definition, like I said, in the other for the other styles of leadership, but it's about three main things, three golden rules. First of all, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So it's about being with the team and going together. If you look over the internet about how to become a leader in 10 steps, I'm so tired with those articles all the time. LinkedIn or some other social network is popping up these kind of articles. How to become a leader in 10 steps, how to be a better leader for you, how to be what books to read to become a better leader, or what is Bill Gates or I don't know, Steve Jobs was doing in the morning, so you can do that and become a leader like them. That's funny. But what you saw, they have a very important thing in common. Everything is concentrated on you, how you become a good leader, how you do that, how you do that, and this. In the servant leadership is not about concentrating on yourself. It's about others focused, and if it's about going together, not going alone as a ruler. Servant leadership, it's about pushing, not pulling. We are so used to see the leaders in front of the team, setting the pace all the time, that when a leader is actually behind the team, making sure that everybody's advancing, making sure that the team is staying together, we feel that that individual is not necessarily a servant, a leader anymore. It's not necessarily about being in front. Sometimes the servant leaders are behind the team. You need the second rule. It's about the fact that you need to treat others the way you want to be treated. If you treat the others as I was giving you the examples, let's stay after schedule because we have this to deliver and so on all the time, and pushing the team until the end, of course the team will reply back with this also. Do you want somebody else to treat you like this, to push you back? No. And last but not least, it's about hugging hard, but at the same punishing very hard. It's about the power, exhibiting power, but at the same time making sure that people feel the closeness. Again, when we are talking about servant leaders, I got this feedback all the time saying, yeah, but servant leaders are soft all the time. You have to accept everything. You have to stay after everyone. Leaders should be powerful in front. Yeah, Hulk. No. If somebody from the team is not performing well and you try to help, but you cannot do anything for that, and the team is suffering because of that. Servant leadership, in servant leadership, you have to take out that individual from the team. You should not let that individual ruining the situation for all the team. So go together, treat others the way you want to be treated, and hug hard, but at the same punish hard. As I said, it's difficult. This is a difficult way, and in many situations in the room also people were saying, well, okay, for me to be behind, what if I'm behind the team, maybe the team will not listen to me anymore. What do I do? Which path should I take? I need to be in front of the team to show them the example, to understand, for the team to make sure that they know I am there for them. They will know that you are there even if you are not in front. Part of this situation that many leaders that need to be in front to show how powerful they are, it's actually related to them, to their fear, not to the fact that the team might not perform well if they are not there. Again, I was saying that nothing is new from what I am saying. And this is one example, this is one proof why this is not new. There is a code called the gene by Siddhartha Mukherjee. Some of you might have read it. He's saying that actually our genes showed that we are wired for connection and collaboration. Yeah, I actually recommend this book to you. It's very interesting. You will see that some of the stuff that we do, like this one with the collaboration, the need for us to connect to other people, to collaborate, it's actually written in our genes. It's actually implanted in us. It's not learned. It's not, I don't know, followed by examples from our parents. No, it exists in us from the moment we are born. Yeah, we need to collaborate in order to perform. And all the ingredients that you mentioned at the beginning, that you discussed about, the trust, the empathy, all that, it's actually they are actually contributing to this part of collaboration. Also, another book from Simon Sinek, and I'm sure that you heard of him. He was at the origin, Simon Sinek at the origin, he was an anthropologist. Yes, so he was studying the behavior for some civilization and so on, for some individuals. And he said also this in a conference, nothing that he's saying now is new. He just studied very well our nature as human beings. And he found out that we have 4 types of dedicated chemicals in our brain. First of all, the selfish ones, endorphin and dopamine. These are dedicated for us. These help us to perform better. Yeah, dopamine is the one that is keeping us running, that is keeping us working. But at the same time, we have 2 others, which are called the selfless ones, which are serotonin and oxytocin. And serotonin and oxytocin are actually, especially oxytocin 1, are actually coming from the interactions with the other people, from collaboration, from the way we work with those, with the ones around us. These chemicals are part of our brain, and they help us perform, they help us live. Yeah? And they are called selfless chemicals. Servant leadership is referring to these 2 that I showed you last, the serotonin and oxytocin. Servant leadership is based, and now I'm reaching actually to describe it very briefly to you, on some key ingredients. Why do I want to describe it very briefly? Because at the end, it's again a matter of choice, and I underline this very, very much. I emphasize this very much. It's a matter of choice. It's not a problem if you say this is bullshit. Sorry for the word. Yeah? Come on, staying behind of the team. I heard people saying that. Staying behind the team. I need to be in front. Well, what is this stupid about? What is this stupid thing? Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm fine with that. But maybe for some of you, it will be important, and you'll find that it's something that you can apply on. First of all, it's about awareness and perception. Awareness and perception, it always starts from inside to outside. So you need to be aware, you need to understand how you do perceive yourself. Yeah. Let me allow some pictures to the slide. Okay. Great. Awareness and perception. And then it's about listening and understanding. You need to listen. Yeah. You need to listen. And here, when in the detailed discussion about servant leadership, I will talk about active listening. Active listening, because we have so many distractions around us that sometimes we just hear the other, but we don't listen and understand. Acceptance and empathy. Empathy you already discussed, and I heard it mention it. Acceptance is about understanding the other and understand the way, the rhythm of that person, and understanding the way that person is. Acceptance and empathy. Healing and serving is not about healing like in a doctor cabinet. Healing, it's about people being in a tough situation. For example, I had an example in a project, a very good professional that was going through tough times in her family, with some problems with the husband and so on, and the team actually helped a lot. Not intruding in that person's life, because everybody's saying, oh, that's personal. No, not intruding there, but being there and understanding and backing up and helping and supporting and so on. And it helped a lot in healing much quicker than actually being alone. Persuasion and decision making. Servant leadership is not about imposing something. It's not about saying, yes, you have to do it like I say. No, it's about persuasion, and also at the same time, not leaving the decision part away. You need to make a decision. You are still the leader. It's servant leader, not just servant. Foresight and conceptualization. Foresight and conceptualization are ingredients that you should find at least in every style of leadership. People are waiting from their leader to have foresight, to show the vision, to conceptualize, to make it clear for the team, where do we want to reach. Trust and credibility. I'm sure that I don't have to emphasize this so much, because you already mentioned it. The trust and credibility in the team are so important that it's actually difficult to do anything if you don't have trust. Commitment to the growth of people, others focused, as I said. It's very important to keep in mind that focusing on the other, not just to hear them, but also to help them grow. And at the end, of course, building the community. These are 10 key ingredients that every servant leader should have in his or her mind, that you should understand from the perspective of servant leadership and apply it in your day-to-day life, professional and personal. How do you apply it and so on? This is a more detailed discussion which we can have separately. I want to show you, before we actually wrap up and have some minutes, 2 or 3 minutes for question, a short movie. I don't know if you can see it. You still can see the slide, right?
Yes, we see it.
And you see it moving, yeah? You see the movie,
yes,
right?
we see moving. Yeah.
Good, good, good. True. I think you can figure it out from the movie. This guy is blind, yes. The guy in white. The other one, it's his friend. He was actually the first blind runner for one of the marathons in the United States. The first one. You can find his story in the on the internet. He was born with this problem, with the blind-sided, and he wanted actually to run. This was his dream. The guy next to him was a very, if I don't have the pictures now, it was a guy that was not fit for sport when um, he actually heard about this dream. But he trained himself a lot and reached the situation in such a way that he was able to help this guy to run the marathon. It was his dream, and he helped the guy, his friend. It was his best friend, to fulfill this dream. They did a lot of petitions to be accepted, and so on and so on, because at that point in time they didn't have the dedicated competitions for people with disabilities, but um, they accepted for him to run, and he was actually coming in the first 10 or something like this. This is very important, and this is the very interesting example and very clear example of servant leadership. He helped that guy to fulfill his dream, even if you look at, I'm laughing because I had a picture of this guy before he was actually training for this marathon, and he was sort of like me, not so fit for running in a marathon. Yeah? Good. I'm almost done. I know we are done.
Yeah.
I'm just for 30 more seconds. I want to show you some of the servant leaders that you can find in our history. Of course, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, and so on, and some of the companies that are applying this. Yeah.
Cool. Good
This
to
is very
know.
interesting. Yeah, Toyota, Marriott, Nestle, and so on.
Sorry, there are three questions from Yasna. Thank you, Kathleen. Great presentation. I have three questions. You have a great training for the servant leadership. What is your experience? Can you learn to be servant leader, or are you born as a leader? Do we create too sensitive teams with this approach? Is the work still in focus or the job done? So try to wrap up, please, just to be within the time frame.
Yes, I have this training for servant leadership. Thank you for that. I train, for example, the middle management for Ericsson here in Romania, people between 28 and 40. I think the share screen disappeared. No, it doesn't disappear. Anyone can be a servant leader. It's a matter of choice. Just to answer very quickly to the other question. Yeah, you can help that person, not train, but help that person to become a servant leader if that person wants to be. The team is not becoming sensitive and we are not losing focus. That's why I'm saying punishing hard and hugging. This was one of the three main concerns from the people coming to this training, saying the team is losing focus. Yeah, we are looking at them to help them, to heal them. But in the end, what do? Do we lose focus of the result? It's not like that. Yeah, and the most beautiful example for that is that every agile founder is promoting servant leadership. If you look at Martin, at sorry, I have a lapse now. All the founders for the Agile Manifesto, if you look in their books, you will see the terminology of servant leadership. Yeah? So what does that mean? We will lose focus? No. It's important to keep in mind the team, to be focused on the team, but to reach the result, not to be focused just for the sake of the team. I hope I answered that
we're
list.
not sharing your screen anymore, so
sorry. Sorry.
All together here. Okay, thank you very much. I think that
can you see the screen now briefly? Because I put, especially because I was expecting that question. Anyone can be a servant leader. It's a matter of choice.
Okay. So and it was the last question about the team and job, not work and job. But that's a correction from Yasna. She posed the question, but
okay.
she got a point. Okay. Thank you very much. Really inspiring.
Thank you.
Of day 2 of our forum. Always to learn something new, and I believe that this is really one specific model that people should think of to apply in their work. And as you show us at the end of your presentation, there are some respectful global companies that are already being doing this. Thank you very much for being with us today, and I hope you continue to listen all the other presentations